dinner tonight is a 7-course tasting menu. It's based on the harvest of the Berkshires. And because of the time of year it is, I thought it would be a really interesting idea to do a menu that was based on preservation. Being in the Berkshires, we've got a very short growing season. So being able to utilize local products throughout the year, we need to be creative in how we process those products.
This is bacon made from the jowl of the pig, and it is made very similarly to how any other bacon would be made. Spends a little bit less time in the smoker, a lot smaller, and texturally the fat is quite different than belly fat would be on a bacon. It's a lot softer of a fat.
Meats are never an issue in the Berkshires. It's a huge grass-fed area, region. We all break down whole animals constantly. But it's the other things, it's the sweet corn, the tomatoes, the greens, the vegetables that need help to extend the season. So basically each course is going to be comprised of at least 3 or 4 elements that have been processed since July, August, September, when we were harvesting most of the vegetables in their prime.
Taking Lila's lamb, taking the belly and curing it, and then smoking it for lamb cheddar, and pickled green Seaver tomatoes, and then oven roasted beef steak tomatoes from Taft Farm, and then Foggy River Farms covered squash, and then using Highland Farms dairy, making house-made ricotta, turning those items into a ravioli.
So what do you have here?
Braised pig skin.
What's that?
Pig skin.
Pig skin.
Braised.
How long do you need to braise the skin for it to really...
About 2 hours.
Okay.
Just like most any protein. It is important for us to use whole animals because I think with the way the farmers are, that if we don't use all those parts, buy the whole animal, then so much of the animal gets wasted at the slaughter and whatnot. And so we try and show as much respect for the animal.
Brian, one last shot. With Angela, everybody. Yeah.
Right now I'm searing the rabbit rillettes for Route 7 Grills course.
So how do you pickle pig's tongue?
You make a brine. Taste it. Delicious. You make a brine, and you put them in there for 7 days. Then you take them out and cook them, peel them, and put them into a pickle. It's salt, vinegar, water, and pickling spices.
And where does this? Where do these tongues come from?
They come from North Plain Farm in Great Barrington.
Okay.
These should be in that taco. Actually, would work perfect.
Doing the second course, we do an Arctic char crudo. Crudo is raw, so the sea trout Arctic chars can be served raw. That's going to be served with kimchi made from bok choy and some mushrooms. We've taken mushrooms made of velouté.
And so we have a base of, we made local squash butter, similar to apple butter. Reduced it down to nice and sweet. That'll be the bottom. And then a little salad of pickled rutabaga, parsley, and garlic confit. Very nice, sweet, bitter, tangy, juicy.
This evening, doing a couple different things. We're doing a bacon-infused vodka from Berkshire Mountain Distillers, Ice Glen vodka. So I'm with a golden smoked tomato sauce as a Bloody Mary. Next we're doing a Manhattan, since we are in Manhattan, with Berkshire Mountain Distillers Bourbon Whiskey. It's done with a Hilltop Orchard Sep apple cider reduction and some rhubarb bitters.
Every course send out to table 10 to...
And it's Hilltop Orchard cider that I reduced down, and then I'm going to whip in Ronnie Butter at the end.
They're naturally salty.
I think that when it's during the summer months, when the ground is bursting with vegetables, where you'll see on the menus where chefs are really respecting the land and have these very strong relationships with farmers. They're really just completely laden with vegetables and freshness. And the philosophy of most chefs that are getting really good ingredients and sourcing them from their local farms is that they try to do very little to those ingredients. So during the high season, you'll find that the freshness of what's coming out of our land is really what you're eating, with very minimal things done to it. When you get into sort of the outside of the growing season, they kind of have to get a little more creative about how they craft their menus, and squashes and root vegetables become a part of what we do. Right now, if you go to a Berkshire grown restaurant that's really focused on this kind of style, you're going to find a lot of meats and sort of cured meats, but also root vegetables and things that they have put away for the summers. Some of the chefs have done some lacto-fermentation of cabbage, so that's one way where you sort of salt the cabbage and put it by for an extended period. That's sort of a natural, old-fashioned way of preserving. And then there are things like candy bacon.
Berkshire region who have taken their inspiration from the farm culture of the area and the products of the area. The group and the dinner was organized by Chef Brian Alberg, who's the executive chef of the Red Lion.
Thank you very much. First, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Without your support, the James Beard Foundation wouldn't be able to do the things that they do. Culinary scholarships are very important. We really enjoy coming down here to show you what we can do in the Berkshires. And it's certainly not me that leads the movement. It's a combination of all of us working together as a collaboration, both here and in the Berkshires, that helps keep farmers farming, artisans working, and I owe a lot to everybody that's up here, so I'd like to thank them. Thank you.
Kind of the movement that's happening in the Berkshires with this farm-to-table philosophy is that we really just try to preserve what we have in the summer so that we can eat it as far into the spring as we can, and then as spring comes we celebrate what's coming for our future, which is this bounty of food in the summer that's just amazing.